So I am an organizational and leadership coach and consultant, and I'm also knee deep in studying compassion fatigue in animal care providers for my dissertation, for my PhD in psychology. And so much research has shown that animal care professionals' compassion fatigue experience is impacted by their client emotions. So another reason why, these types of groups and you being able to refer clients to them can help with your own compassion fatigue and stress. I have 2 decades of experience in animal rescue, and that's where I've offered a lot of pet loss and grief support, a lot in the area of anticipatory grief, which I just want to briefly talk to you about. I know you all know that anticipatory grief is, the actual grief experience before a loss of a pet, and it's very common for people who either have an aging pet or their pet has been diagnosed with a terminal illness. And it's literal, it's real grief. It feels like real grief. It looks like real grief. It is the mourning, the coping, and the planning for the loss of the pet. And yet it's also very, very confusing for pet owners because they are also managing their own emotions. So feeling all those things and end of life care for their pet. It's the uncertainty of, is my pet suffering? The euthanasia decision is pending. When is the right time? When is not the right time? So they've got all that going on and they're trying to manage their own emotions. And that is why support for these pet owners during this time is so important, and why referring them to a caregiver support group can really be helpful, because it's helping them manage their own emotions and their own well-being so that they can provide the best care for their pet. I think Katie just mentioned how, they're with people who get it, right? They're with others who are sharing similar experiences. So it helps normalize all those emotions, and people can, in the groups that we've hosted them, they're sharing ideas and suggestions on how to take care of themselves and also how to best spend that remaining time with their pet. I will also add that, as we've hosted these sessions, they're very beneficial in providing that safe space for pet owners to process their own emotions. I think it's easy to try and ignore those negative emotions, especially as we are trying to take care of a sick or aging pet. However, processing these emotions is critical for self-care for the pet owner. So if you think about it, the word emotion is emotion, so energy in motion. Feelings need to be in motion. They need to move through our bodies so we can process them and essentially get them out of our bodies, especially negative emotions, because if we don't, then they get stuck in a very unhealthy stress response in our bodies. So having this space for pet owners to process the emotions with others in similar situations really allows them the opportunity to take care of themselves and give themselves the critical self-care so that they are then able to best care for their sick or aging pet. And so those are just a few reasons why referring to these caregiver support groups can be really helpful for pet owners.